G'day everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this episode, I'll be taking you to the eastern Finland, and right behind me is the taiga forest. Now these forests are home to one of the largest predators in the world, the brown bear. And I'll be lucky enough to be sharing this environment with these magnificent creatures all over the space of multiple nights, staying in our custom-made bear hides. A perfect opportunity to get up close and personal and get some amazing footage and photos for you guys. So stay tuned. Taiga refers to the cold subarctic forests in the northern hemisphere that lie just south of the Arctic Circle. They are situated between the tundra to the north and temperate forests in the south, and soil types often consist of permafrost or shallow bedrock, preventing water from draining from the topsoil layer and forming muskegs. These areas may look like solid ground being covered in moss, short grass, and sometimes even trees. However, the ground is actually wet and spongy. Hence why we have built up walking trails on the way to our hides. Hides are set up in a variety of habitat types with many different backdrops, and staying multiple nights gave me the opportunity to try these different hides for different photography opportunities. My first night was spent by the lakeside with a heavily forested backdrop, something I kept my eyes sharply focused on for any sign of movement between the large pine trees. Obviously, bears aren't the only animal to inhabit these forests, and staying in hides gives you the perfect opportunity to witness all kinds of wildlife behaving naturally. Coming from Australia, it's quite the novelty to see species such as this black woodpecker in the wild, as we do not possess any native woodpecker species. The same, however, can't be said for the red fox. Unfortunately, this species is invasive to Australia and quite the threat to our native wildlife. In Australia, I've seen many red fox in my travels. However, seeing them here where they belong was quite an enjoyable experience. They're a beautiful animal and quite fascinating to watch. They're incredibly stealthy animals, and this individual would appear and disappear multiple times in the night. They spent some time investigating the lake for signs of food before retreating back to the forest, only to have a good scratch and roll around along the forest floor. Red fox are beautiful to watch, but I didn't come all the way to Finland to see them. I came for brown bears. As the sun set around 11 PM and the last light faded, I started to doze off to the sound of rain on the roof of my hide. I'd had some amazing interactions already, and I only had way more to come. While in one of the hides in the forest, I had the pleasure of seeing this adorable red squirrel, another wildlife treat for an Aussie. These guys are fascinating to watch and so nimble, able to jump and climb with such ease and precision. Red squirrels mainly feed on tree seeds such as hazelnuts and seeds from conifer cones. and their amazing sense of smell is able to detect food buried up to a foot deep in snow. Interestingly, the red squirrel actually has to compete with this big guy for food. While bears certainly hold a fearsome reputation, they actually gain up to 3/4 of their nutrition from plant matter, such as fruits, nuts and acorns. During the summer months, a large male brown bear such as this will need to consume around 20,000 calories per day in order to put on sufficient fat for his winter hibernation. That's around the equivalent of eating 30 kilograms of apples. Brown bears are quite recognisable. They have a broad head, long snout and small round ears, giving them the stereotypical teddy bear appearance. They are the largest terrestrial carnivore in Central Europe, and an adult male brown bear can stand up to 2.2 metres upright and weigh up to 350 kilograms. This area of eastern Finland borders that of Russia, which supports the largest population of brown bears in Europe, numbering around 36,000. Unfortunately, brown bears were once more widespread throughout much of Europe, but their numbers across much of Europe have significantly declined. Habitat loss due to agriculture and urbanisation is the main factor in brown bears' demise across Europe, and conflicts between bears and humans still occurs today. Bears are still hunted in many countries due to fear of human safety, threats to livestock and poaching. As the human population only continues to grow and expand more and more into wilderness areas, the threat to bear populations is continually put to further risk. It's a pretty incredible feeling to know you are out there sleeping when a wild 300-kilogram bear could be sometimes only meters away from you, and being able to see such a large and impressive creature up close like this is truly an unforgettable experience. Spending such extended periods of time confined to such a small space and being so isolated was actually something I really struggled with, but seeing this big fluffy guy made it all worthwhile, so please enjoy some final highlights of him in all his beauty.